My name is Uli Neumann. I'm captain of Lufthansa 714 from Munich to Tokyo Haneda. We're flying today on a Airbus 350, and the reason why you can see us is the fact that Air-Clips.com is going to join us.
Yes, hello everybody, my name is Andreas Eder. I'm Senior First Officer today on a flight to Haneda. Right now we're in the Flight Operations Center in Munich of Lufthansa German Airlines. This is the building where the operation is planned, the operation is conducted, where we have our staffing, where we have our scheduling for the flights, and also we have some information concerning new products for our cabin crews and so on. This is the Flight Operations Center in Munich.
Good afternoon, I'm Matthias Kirkas. I'm First Officer on this flight today to Tokyo. We're also going to take you to the cabin briefing. We're going to take you through a few steps before the flight, and I hope you enjoy this video.
Ciao. LH 714 today on the 350 X India. We will be 40 minutes at a schedule. Cruising there will be level 390 and then 410, which is pretty high. But normal on the 350. We have 10 hours and 10 minutes flight time, and remaining fuel of 5.7 tons at Tokyo planned, which is not that much. The alternate is Tokyo Narita. The weather at Tokyo, let's have a look. Yeah, as you said, weather is pretty fine, just some wind from the south, which probably will be an LDA approach for runway 23 today at Tokyo Haneda. Munich, we just saw outside, we have nice weather. And Narita also, it's good weather, southerly winds, which is fine. Yeah. Chubu is fine, and Osaka is fine as well. Just some usual no temps here, which is fine. I was there last week, so looked pretty well, everything at Tokyo. Some taxiways. We can have a detailed look at this later.
Yeah, let's do it in flight.
Yeah. At the beginning we have some turbulence when we depart from Munich, but just moderate, not severe turbulence, and some thunderstorms activity over Poland. And then we have a little severe turbulence above half flight times at about 6 hours, I guess.
It's just until 3:40.
Yes, alright. So we're above, this is fine. And the rest, it's always the same here. The east coast of Russia, we also always have some jet streams, which could be some turbulence, but it's fine right now.
So let's take the 0 because I think there were some thunderstorms over the Yellow Sea, the Sea of Japan.
Sea of Japan, yes, we have some thunderstorms. Yeah, we can take some fuel to fly around. Yeah. Technically, we have no handicap items, so we can go, and I can land the aircraft.
I'm watching this match between you and Matthias during the flight. Hello, I'm Uli. Hello, Uli.
Hello, Yuri.
Uli. Hello, Uli. Hi, Uli. Hi. We're going to Haneda today, and the reason why we are talking English, there are two reasons actually. We have some regional flight attendants, and there is somebody from Airclips.com who is joining us today on the flight, and because the audition is international, we are talking in English. Okay. Now 10 hours and 10 minutes will be a flight time. It's very fast, and well, actually I like that because then I'm on time in Haneda. During the flight there might be some shaky moments, not too bad, and as it looks like after the service and before the service, so in between. So let's keep fingers crossed that it will be like that, and it will be a smooth flight, at least during the service times.
As you always know, Siberia, not so many airports to land. Take a good look at the passengers, if they are healthy, so we all have a smooth flight.
Yeah. Let's move to the briefing back again and leave you alone. Do your job. You do your secrets. Because we have something to talk. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Thanks. See you.
So we're ordering the crew bus now. we were looking for our flight number. You see a lot of flights leaving Munich this time of the day. And here is Lufthansa 714 to Haneda, Tokyo. We ordered the crew bus and it's ordered.
Don't tell me anything else, but the aircraft is fine.
The aircraft is in a fine condition.
Okay. All toilets working?
Yeah, all toilets, all seats. Perfect.
Okay guys, so we're gonna do the outside check now and I'll take you along. Come on guys, we start at the front. In general, we check the general condition of the airplane. Basically 2 wings, 2 engines, gear, no obstructions. The gears and the wheels are chocked, so it means that the parking brake can be released, so the brakes can cool. From the first flight when they brake, they have a lot of sometimes 200, 300 degrees Celsius, and they have to cool down. That's why it's important that those rubber blocks, the so-called chocks, are in front of the wheels. I'll show you later. What is special on this plane are the so-called multi-function probes. They're brand new on this aircraft. 330, 340 did not have it. They measured 3 things. They measure the temperature, the pressure, and the angle of attack. You will see when we, well actually it's gonna be daylight when we land in Tokyo, but from experience I can tell you, they are really, really bright. When you switch them on, it's like daylight comes your way. This is one of the highlights, guys. This is the Rolls-Royce Trent XWB-84. It's one of the most modern and most powerful engines on the market right now. It's delivering 84,000 pounds of thrust. Very impressive thing. Also here we're checking for leakage, if there is fuel coming from the drain mass, so if there is oil or hydraulic, there shouldn't be any. Here's the wing tank. Here outer ailerons. Also a very beautiful thing about this plane, the winglet. It's incorporated in the wing, gives it this unique A350 shape. Gets a little louder here, guys. These are the pack outlets. The noise comes from the air condition. It's also quite warm if you stand here, which is comfortable in the winter, not so much in the summer. Here we're checking the wheels for condition, if there are any tears, any obstacles, any items stuck in the rubber. Also we check the brakes, the brake wear, and again all the hydraulics, all the lines, everything is intact. No hydraulic, no paddles. Checking the tires again. Perfect fit. What's in here is the ram air turbine. The ram air turbine extends when you lose electricity, when you lose electric power. Then it automatically extends here. Same here as for the other gear. You can see the engine is brand new. It's the blue. Also guys, one more very important thing, actually on every aircraft, also here in the 350, the static ports. Very important that they are open, clear, clean, no obstacles, no scratches. Very important, gives us altitude readout. Front cargo compartment already closed, loading is done. Okay guys, that was it. That was the outside check. Let's go check the other guys. Passengers coming already.
So, would you like something to drink, sir? Thank you. Hello, welcome aboard, sir. May I offer you our menu card today? Here you are. Enjoy your time. Thank you.
Okay, ready?
All right, ready for briefing, guys?
Yeah.
All right. Yes, we are in the 350-900 right now, the X-Ray India. The aircraft is technically perfect. We have no dispatch message and no status message today.
Sun is shining.
Yes.
I need the glasses.
A lot better in Munich and a lot better. Yeah, we have a fuel of 72 tons on board, which is just the amount of fuel we ordered.
Door.
Who is disturbing?
Yes.
Ihr wisst wahrscheinlich, wem das gehört.
Schau, das ist jetzt meins.
Seid ihr ansprechbar?
Yes. We have to talk English now.
For the guys who cannot speak
Yes.
German.
I normally hang a list there every half an hour.
Yes.
Whoever is there is gonna come and check you.
Okay.
Okay, this is how I normally do it on a 350. Mostly it's me.
Yes.
And if you need anything in between, you give me a call, please.
Yes.
Okay.
I will.
I will do my best.
fine
Otherwise,
because all you all the
I
fine.
just want to let you know.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay, thanks.
All right,
Thank you.
so it's just gonna enter the load she was just received, and then I'm gonna brief.
Yeah.
Maybe then we have everything accurate.
Do it like that.
Fuel weight of 178.6 tons. There you go.
Okay, let's cross check. 32.0. This is correct. Yeah, perfect. And takeoff weight is 250.0.
0.1. I calculated it 252, so we have some margin. Alright, ready?
Yes.
350-900. Technically, we just discussed everything is fine. Concerning
Yes.
fuel, we have the step climbs and we fuel the 72 tons. We have an extra of 3.4 tons of 40 minutes with plenty of fuel. Concerning the weather, it's a good amount of fuel we have when we arrive at Haneda.
Yeah.
I calculated the takeoff weight of 252 tons. So actually, we have a weight of 250.1 tons. Thresholds say with air condition off. And we have V1, V152, VR 152, V2 157, flex SOC 43, flaps 2 takeoff. We have green dot of 290 knots and an engine acceleration of 3,000 feet. For the climb we have the auto D-rate.
Very good.
I expect the EBAS to call off departure from runway 26 left, which starts at the Echo Delta Mike 26 left, then the waypoint Delta Mike 049 above 900, 210 knots, so we have to calculate flaps 1 for this. Delta Mike 050, 210 knots, Munich, Mavic, debug, climb level 70, and we will contact departure on 127.905. We have 6.8 to 4,100, which is no big deal for 350. And we just increased the acceleration to 4,200, so we have no deal at all. The acceleration is 4,200 feet. So one thing left to brief is the engine failure.
Yes.
Straight ahead to the point is called Book X3. We we have acceleration of 3,000 feet. We will climb to 4,000 feet, which is safe above the MSA of 3,700 in Munich. And we are light enough to come back to Munich and land on runway 26 left again.
That's right. I'll make the announcement.
All right.
For my passengers. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board. My name is Nolinor. I'm your captain on our flight to Tokyo, Haneda.
Welcome on behalf of the entire crew. Doors are closed, we are ready to go in order to arrive on time. We'll leave the position in a few moments. You'll be informed later on by my colleague, First Officer Mr. Eder. And I think it's a good thing that this information will take place short before landing to give you the chance to have some sleep on board.
Now I wish you a pleasant stay.
Clearance, Uli. We are cleared to Tokyo via runway 26 left, be back to Sierra as briefed. Squawk is 3616 and startup is approved according to TSAT, which is in 2 minutes.
Okay. B4 start. Checklist.
Before start, gear fins, covers. Fuel quantity.
71,900 kilograms.
Altimeters.
1016 1470.
016 1470, down the line.
Below the line.
Doors.
Closed.
Parking brake.
On.
Mobile.
To go. Off.
Before start, checklist complete.
As soon as he appears in the front, we'll ask for pushback.
Yes.
Okay, there he is. So pushback, please.
Avian, Servus, Lufthansa 714 Heavy, then 204 Alpha requesting pushback.
Lufthansa 714, pushback approved, facing south.
714, pushback approved, facing south.
We are going to take the 26 left. 26 left runway, so taxi to the south, short way to the east, and then like standard.
Like standard, we know the routing, yeah.
Ground for cockpit.
The ground shield is angelopen.
Ja, die Parkbremse ist gesetzt, Sie können uns jederzeit hochheben.
Sehr schön, dann kann ich die Parkbremse lösen.
Bremse kann gelöst werden, nur.
Bremse gelöst, wir sind fertig für Pushback, Nase nach Süden.
Nase Süd, Pushback beginnt, Triebverhältler.
Okay.
That was easy.
Yeah.
That was
on
a fast
time,
one.
as always, at Lufthansa.
Well.
Fertig zum Anlass der Triebwerke?
Klar, jawohl.
Okay, engine start. Engine 1 start. Now we're starting the most powerful engines which are in the air at the moment.
Yes.
84,000 pounds each.
Not bad. And so fuel efficient. So the flight log gives us an outlook of 4440, which is fine, I guess.
Engine 2 start.
So, die Bremse setzen, bitte.
Bremse gesetzt. Schleppgerät und Steuerungspläne entfernen.
Schleppgerät und Steuerpin entferne ich.
により揺れることもございます。安全のためお座席では常にシートベルトをご着用ください。当機には8カ所に非常口がございます。
Ich warte noch auf Ihr Handzeichen, Glockenzeit wird 40.
Jawohl, Freizeichen von rechts bis hin und schönen Tag euch. Guten Flug, ciao.
Ciao. It's a very fuel efficient aircraft, by the way. Yesterday the same route was flown by the 340-600, same passengers, same loads, 100,000 kilograms of fuel was needed. Yes. Today we'll do it with 72,000 kilograms only.
Alright, ready for after start flow?
After start flow. Flight controls.
Go ahead. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral.
Rudder.
Full left. Full right.
Hand signal from the right.
Sorry.
After start checklist.
After start, NDIS.
Off.
Pitch trim.
32.1% set.
And avionics extract.
Auto.
After checklist complete.
Request taxi.
Lufthansa 714, request taxi.
Lufthansa 714, taxi to entry Sierra 8 via Whiskey 2 Delta 2 Oscar 2.
714 via Whiskey 2 Delta 2 Oscar 2 to Sierra 8.
Whiskey 2, Delta 2 Oscar 2. Straight, left, left side, right side.
Lufthansa 714, contact 121-830. Guten Flug euch, tschüss. 714, 121-830, Servus, schönen Feierabend später. Mini Ground, Servus, Lufthansa 714 Heavy, approaching Sierra 8.
Lufthansa 714, Servus, taxi to airport runway 26 left via Sierra and Bravo 15.
Lufthansa 714, 26 left via Sierra and Bravo 15.
Okay, Sierra's first left.
Yes.
Bravo 15 is the beginning of the runway.
Exactly. So right side everything is clear, it's fine.
So,
Slot is 49, so we have 5 minutes left, I guess. 10, yes, exactly. 10 minutes. Cabin is still working. Yeah, preparations.
Well, it should work out.
Yeah.
Within 10 minutes.
Looks fine.
So
714, hold the beam Tango.
Yeah, genau.
714, roger, holding beam Tango.
That's what I wanted to propose.
So we just hold here.
Suggest that we can turn around if it's
turn back in.
necessary.
Yeah, so maybe just hold here so somebody could pass by.
But that's not a problem. They can come back by 1 point just for us if we can take Tango.
I've done some recent studies and it shows that coffee keeps me awake.
I've done some recent studies and it shows that coffee just keeps me alive.
Yes, exactly. Can you sleep with coffee?
Yep. I still didn't find anything that prevents me from sleeping.
Yes. No problem with coffee. Cabin is ready.
Very good. So, before just tell them that we are ready.
And Lufthansa 714, we are ready for departure.
Das ist gut, Lufthansa 714, move forward to the cut 1 hold und contact 120-505.
Lufthansa 714, we move forward to the cat 1 hold 120-505, servus, danke.
Before takeoff, no, first contact.
Munich Tower, servus, Lufthansa 714, have it ready for departure.
Should I take it?
Yeah, please.
Everything is fine, cabin is ready. Thank you. Sorry for that.
Perfect, no problem. So,
before takeoff, flight controls.
Checked flaps. 2. Takeoff speed, thrust rating.
152, 152, 157, flex 43.
152, 152, 157, flex 43. ICA memo.
Takeoff, no blue.
Cabin crew, prepare for departure.
Flags are off, yes. Everything is red. Okay, below the line.
Takeoff runway.
26 left, full length.
26 left, full length, wind straight ahead, PEX.
Off.
Before takeoff, checklist complete.
Okay, we're cleared for takeoff.
Yes.
Wind is from 310 about.
Yes, so it's
quite strong as you can
quite
see.
strong from forward right.
Okay.
As calculated.
I bring the aircraft on the center line,
Perfect.
then there will be a handover.
And we did a briefing here in case of engine failure, straight ahead. Acceleration 3000, we climbed 4000. With beautiful weather, we could come back to Munich.
Yeah. You have control.
I have control.
Takeoff.
Man flex plus 43 as runway, auto thrust blue.
Thrust set.
Checked.
Rotate. Positive climb.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Enough. Thrust gear climb, auto thrust. Acceleration is set to 4.2 because of the constraint.
Contact radar 12795, ciao.
12795, ciao, Lufthansa 714. Mission radar, looks good, Lufthansa 714, 3600, climbing level 70.
For 714, identify the low, climb flight level 190.
Lufthansa 714, climb flight level 190.
90,000 blue and PEX on, please. Climb. Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
Standard, flight level 52. 52 standard. Never do cloud chasing, never. Might work out.
Perfect, those copied. Director will keep you advised. Roger.
Oh, nice. That would have been very bumpy. Yes, definitely. The restriction of 250 knots, so yes, we cannot take the nose down to chase the clouds.
Flight 714, direct to Biberg.
714, direct Biberg.
714, free speed and München radar 129 555, servus.
Free speed 129 555, Lufthansa 714, ciao.
Yes, direct Biberg, please. And clear speed limit.
Lufthansa 714, flight level 119, climbing level 190.
Lufthansa 714, München identified, servus, continue climb, flight level 230.
Lufthansa 714, climb flight level 230.
Flight level 230 blue, with clear speed limit. You. Yeah, just select speed 310 is fine. Until I find this point. Yep. Alright. Autopilot 2. So, in order to give them more time, we shouldn't wait too long until we switch off the seat.
Seatbelt lights auto is fine now, I think so. If it's just 5 degrees, it's fine. Yep. Beautiful Bavarian sky, isn't it? Yeah, from above now.
Lufthansa 714, continue climb, flight level 300.
Lufthansa 714, continue climb level 300.
Okay guys, now I show you the hidden and secret places in the aircraft. A view of our perfect crew rest. If you just come in. This captain's side. This is first officer side, but because everybody's alone here, you can change anyway. It's a perfect place because compared to other aircraft, it's very, very silent place. In other aircraft, you always have a disturbance through the noise, and you have to wear earplugs. You don't need them in here. It's just perfectly isolated. Yeah, that makes flying a little bit more comfortable.
Welcome back, everybody. Meanwhile, we reached our cruising altitude of 37,000 feet. We're in the vicinity of Russian airspace. We will be close to St. Petersburg soon. Our further routing is, we took off in Munich on a 26 left, made a left turn, quite straight ahead towards Prague, and then we crossed Poland along the Baltic Sea to Riga, and now we're close to St. Petersburg, and the route continues via Russia, Sea of Japan to Tokyo. We have about a remaining flight time of 8 hours now, so that means we will be on time at Haneda Airport. Matthias, just to talk about him again, he is in the fleet management of Lufthansa, and I'm also in the fleet management, and he's a specialist for the performance of the 350-900. Myself, I'm for the manuals of the 350, 900, 330 and 340. And he might tell you something about the performance of the takeoff at Munich Airport.
Yeah, guys, maybe some interesting facts for you. We departed Munich with around 252 tons. We have our takeoff performance calculation module, and we calculated the takeoff weight of 252 tons, which gave us takeoff speeds of around 150 knots. That's roughly 270 kilometers an hour, with which we lifted off. We have 286 passengers on board today, plus the crew, and as we mentioned already before, very fuel efficient aircraft. We only tanked 73 tons today, in comparison to a 340-600. That's roughly 30 tons less, so really very fuel efficient.
We have a policy that if we have a manual flight, pilots should also use manual thrust. You will see that when we approach at Haneda Airport for the probably LDA Whiskey approach today, and I will try to take the aircraft by hand quite early. Well, it's a non-precision approach, so it's recommended to fly it quite long without the pilot, but in a certain stage we will be able to fly it manually, and if I take the side stick manually, I also will use the manual thrust. So this is one of the policies we add to the manuals we get by Airbus.
I see now, I don't know if you can see it actually, because the feel is out of the question here, but it's a little bumpy here, it's a little rough.
Yeah.
St. Petersburg skies are a little windy today.
Yeah, we're just at the top of the clouds, so that's might be one of the reasons.
Yeah. So how is it when you, I think when you finish with the European Flight Academy, you can actually go to any airline, can't you?
Actually, I think right now there is an ATPL and an MPL course, and the MPL, the multi-pilot license, is for Lufthansa and Austrian Airlines, and the ATPL is for Eurowings.
Ah, okay.
And Swiss has its own way, because at Swiss there is the government sponsors becoming a pilot, so they need to do their own training, but you can apply.
The government sponsors the training?
Yes, they pay part of the training.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. So you can apply at the European Flight Academy for every airline, I think, but then you can decide where you can go.
Yeah, maybe that's even easier later on if you have the same procedures.
Yes.
If you fly, let's say, for Swiss or for Austrian Airlines, and at some point you want to change for Lufthansa.
Of course, this would be
if it's
one
the
of
same
the benefits.
It's actually really amazing.
Yeah, if you would have the same procedures for every airline.
Yeah.
If you're interested in becoming a pilot, there will be a link in the video right now where you can get more information concerning the European Flight Academy, becoming a pilot at Lufthansa, Austrian Airlines, Eurowings, or the Lufthansa Group Airlines. Yep. So, from my side, I did the classical way to become a pilot. First of all, why did I become a pilot? My decision became more firm when I flew from Chicago to Munich when I was 16 years old, and at this time there was the possibility to get access to the flight deck. And at night I asked the flight attendant if I can visit the pilots at the flight deck, and they said yes, of course, no problem. And so I went on the Boeing 747-400 flight deck.
Boeing 747?
Yes.
And then you decided
yes,
you don't want to be a pilot anymore?
Yeah, because the cockpit is so yellow and
You saw the Boeing and you thought,
no,
maybe I reconsider.
When I was 16, it was very impressive, all the screens and all the buttons and so on. And yes, so and then the captain was a very nice guy, and he explained me what stars are in front of the aircraft and how fast we are, how high we are, and I thought, well, this is a very, very cool job. To fly to Chicago for one day, fly back, and to operate a machine or an aircraft which is like today 250 tons heavy, and you have the luck to fly this aircraft. So well, I applied at Lufthansa when I finished school, and then I could start my training the classical way. It's called NFF, Nachfolgeflugzeugführer, and I started at flight school at Bremen in 2002, April 2002, and after 6 months theory, we flew to Goodyear. This is the airline training center Arizona, as part of the Lufthansa European Flight Academy, and we did a practical training there for half a year, which was a very, very cool time because we had a very nice guys in our course, and
everybody says it's such a great time in Arizona.
But there was a pool, there were barbecues, there was a basketball court, so we had all those fun parts, and you had the fun of flying the Bonanza or the Piper Archer, which are very nice small airplanes where you start learning how to fly aircraft or airplanes. And it was like a campus living in the university, a college in the United States. You live in one flat, you have one big kitchen, so it's very cool. All young people who took the chance to make their dream of becoming a pilot true, and everybody's very motivated, so it was a cool time. And after 6 months in Goodyear, Arizona, we came back to Bremen, and then we did the theoretical training again for 1 year, which was the last part was writing the ADPL tests, the airline transport pilot license, and then we did some flight training in the so-called Cheyenne, which was a two-engine turboprop aircraft. This was the part to get used to the European rules of flying. In Phoenix, it's very, very wide area, not much traffic, not much ATC. You have to talk to. And when you come to Europe, totally different, because you're going to a higher airspace. You have airline traffic, a lot of airline traffic, and you fly IFR with the with the Cheyenne. So yeah, it was quite interesting and nice too. And after that, which is took about 2 to 2.5 years, you do the type rating on the 320. At this time you could choose between a 320 and a 737, but right now you only have the option to go to the 320. And yeah, at the end of 2004, I guess, everything was done, and in 2006 I started flying for Lufthansa then.
Not bad.
Yep. So what about you? Because you did it the other way. You came via the Austrian Airlines. You can tell people a little bit about that.
Yeah, no, I did my initial training with Austrian Airlines, and I did the training in Florida actually.
Oh, nice.
We were in Vero Beach, going to the sea, and it was really nice. And then 2007, I changed for Lufthansa. It was the time when they were looking for many pilots, and here I am. And I mean, it's actually quite amazing because the chance to fly a 350, I mean, you don't have that chance with many airlines.
Yeah,
it's really true, and it's the most modern airplane out there right now. And the training is challenging, I would say, but nothing you can't manage. I mean,
yes,
a lot of studying, of course, and but you can manage it. And also, I mean, you don't have to be like a physician or like a scientist when you apply, because I mean, me for my part, I did a commercial academy. So no technical school before I went for the pilot's training, and I also was able to make it. It's just a little more studying when others didn't have to, because when they knew machinery and everything, I had to study it. But it is actually also fun, get to know all this stuff, and everything that has to do with flying is interesting anyways.
If you fly to Haneda, you can fly to Africa, South Africa, East Coast New York, so actually everything around the world, and it was so attractive, or it is so attractive.
That's also I think one of the big advantages of the European Flight Academy or the Lufthansa Group. You can live in Brussels, you can live in Vienna, you can live in Zurich, you can live in Hamburg, you can live in Munich, where we are living. Also, meanwhile, also at Eurowings, you have a 330 fleet where you can fly to the Caribbean destinations, tourist destinations.
Very
yes,
interesting.
and don't know what's going to come in the future. Maybe you can change between the airlines. You never know. It's especially at our age, we still have some 30 years to fly. So we'll see. We'll see. Yes,
changes fast, and it's good if you have a good pilot training, good initial training.
Yes, definitely.
I would say because with the European Flight Academy, you are prepared for everything.
Definitely.
You can, go for short range if you like. If you stay there, you can go for long range if you like to stay there.
Yeah. And if you're interested, there will be a link on the video right now where you can get access to the Lufthansa application website to maybe just inform yourself about the kinds of jobs you can apply, pilot jobs at the different airlines of the Lufthansa Group.
I will show you our crew rest on this Airbus 350, so follow me. Okay, we have a couple of beds. There are beds for every flight attendant, and they are coordinated in terms of the position they're working at. Behind you, there is a space for the cabin member who is in charge. On this side, there are 2 beds, and we have 3 more in the back area. Everybody has a separate place. For more privacy, there are curtains on each of an individual of their beds. Everyone has pillows, some comfortable sheets, and blankets as well. Everybody has also, there's their individual reading lights. If you come a little closer, you see one of them right here. So those you turn on and off. There's also some air conditioning for everyone, and there are in each and every single one of those areas spaces for their belongings, phone, magazines, or something they want to read into. Not everybody always really sleeps, it's just about the rest itself. This entire crew rest area on this Airbus A350-900 is right above the guests. So our passengers are right below me right now. They don't know that. So very secret and separated areas.
So what are you planning to do at Tokyo?
Yeah. I mean, have you been to the spa? Last time when I went there, I went to the spa.
Well, I was in the new Hyatt Regency Hotel only once.
Yeah.
It was I was twice there. I was in April and I was in beginning of the month But at this time we flew to Tokyo with only one night at hotel, so I did not have the time
1,000
to check out the spa. Yes, 1,000 checked. So, but it was a very nice hotel actually. Nice clean rooms, very impressive lobby.
Yeah, that's true.
So did you check out the spa there?
Yeah, I went there because second night I couldn't really sleep. And then I thought instead of just, staying awake, I go to the sauna, I tried.
Okay, cool.
And then afterwards I was tired enough to sleep.
Yeah, we're planning to go to the Shibuya crossing.
Oh, cool.
Which is just 2 stations away by the subway.
Funny fact, I read 2,500 people cross the street.
In the peak times.
Yeah, but every time the traffic light goes green.
Yes, in the peak times. I think it's green.
2,500 people. Every time it goes green.
You can sit down at Starbucks coffee and have a look down. So funny when
2,500
when they all start moving from I think it's four or five sides and how they manage to get away and pass everybody. It's so crazy.
How many people living in Tokyo? Right? 40 million?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
That's
more than Austria.
5 times Austria.
Yeah.
That's half of Germany.
All Cruise Star, yes.
Yeah.
And when I go back, when I walk back from the crossing to the hotel, it's about a 10 kilometers walk. And there's a park, and in the middle of the park is a shrine. You can go there and see Japanese people pray. When you enter it, there's a ritual of washing your hands. And I always do that.
You always do it?
So funny, yeah. And then in the evening, I think we should go to the sushi restaurant you told me.
Oh yeah.
Where they make this excellent sushi.
Yeah, I know this sushi bar. It's not this
no running sushi.
Yeah, not this. Yeah. As you know it from Germany or from other parts of the world, this running sushi. I think they also have it in Japan, but this is like a real sushi bar. So you're sitting at the bar and the chef makes the sushi right in front of you, really fresh. Yeah. It's really nice. You're sitting with your beer, you have a chit chat, you talk, good conversations, good sushi. I really like it.
So what's your favorite sushi?
Hard to say. I think the tuna.
Yeah, tuna is better. The medium fatty tuna is very, very delicious.
I know tomorrow, Uli told me, because he's a real gourmet.
Yeah.
He wants to go to this French restaurant.
There's a Cuisine Michelin Trois Crans, he told me.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah, it's a 2-star restaurant, and he was there before. And then they have a open kitchen concept, so you can watch the cook.
Oh, that's cool.
How he's preparing your meal, and they have all those little pieces.
Yeah.
Very interesting little pieces, very creative. And well, we should have a good bottle of white wine with or something with it. And
are you drinking actually white wine?
Sometimes.
Really?
Not too much. Just a glass.
Just one glass.
Just one glass.
Just one glass.
They have a lunch menu, which is not as expensive as you would expect by going to a 2-star restaurant. So it's a good chance if you're staying at Shinjuku at a Hyatt, maybe to try out once in your lifetime.
Yeah, we can try.
We should try it out.
I have seen it when I walked by, but I've never been.
Okay, yeah, I've never been there too. I just heard it by Olin. The last time I saw the lunch offer, I thought, oh, that's quite okay for a 2-star restaurant.
Yeah, we'll have to try out the Japanese breakfast.
Japanese breakfast?
I only saw Japanese breakfast in European hotels when they had a lot of Japanese customers. I never had it in Japan. And they have like miso soup and some fish.
Oh, that's fine.
Well,
why not?
In the morning.
Yeah, but for us it's not morning. For us it's afternoon already because 7 hours time difference.
Definitely. And it will be interesting. It will be interesting, and that probably will be very, very, very good at the hotel. So
we have to try it.
We have to try the Japanese breakfast. It's also one of the nice things about a pilot or flight attendant job. Then you can have your sushi in Tokyo and your burger in Los Angeles and your fillet steak in Cape Town, for example, or Buenos Aires.
The way I started becoming a flight attendant happened by accident. I used to be a professional ballroom dancer with my own dance school, but it was a customer service oriented profession, and that is something I wanted to desperately continue to do. And opportunity becoming a flight attendant I grabbed right on its neck, and certainly it has even more to offer when it comes to customer service. including traveling. Since I used to live in a foreign country, the US, I didn't have to give up that cultural part of my personal and professional living. So now I can combine my private life in Germany and traveling back to the US and numerous other cultures and countries as well. Pretty soon after being a flight attendant, I also discovered the opportunity that I can take on some responsibility within the cabin crew activities. So I decided to become a PERSA, a cabin responsible flight attendant. That way I could take on some more responsible crew activities throughout the flight, take care of passengers and their special needs, individual come up situations that focus on emergency or first aid situations, and just coordinating a team. So within all that, I found the perfect profession for me. Lufthansa also gives me a solid workspace that has me not worrying about my future, and what can I say? I'm perfectly happy here. I wouldn't want to miss it or do anything else, and I certainly see myself doing it for quite some time, if not till the end. One of the things that I really love about working as a flight attendant for Lufthansa is that I work with a bunch of different people with a different opinion and a different reason for being here as well. But the unique part about it is that everybody does respect one and each other's opinions, and working together works that way. As different as we all are, our customers are all very different as well, so there's always something for every single one of them within the crew to find as well. And we have a good time and love creating that special atmosphere with our passengers and within the crew as well. Within the cabin and without, going to different cities and getting the most out of it.
Matthias is an instructor, and Uli and I'm an instructor for these three types of Airbus too.
It's easy for the pilots because they are so motivated.
Yes.
Because they come into the cockpit and they are, like in love. They are in love with this cockpit and with this aircraft. Because when they change for the 350, what they do is 4 days of ground training, where they study everything theoretical, all the systems, all the procedures, standard operating procedures, performance, and then they go to the simulator.
Yes.
Through the simulator training that lasts for 4 sessions, 4 hours each, and first session is get to know the aircraft, get comfortable, find buttons, find menus, because it's a little different to like conventional aircraft, to the 330, 340, and then the training progresses, and by the end we train all engine flameouts.
Yes.
We train
dual hydraulic.
All hydraulic.
Exactly.
We train
emergency electric.
Yeah. So
this is also one of the big advantages of the 350. The 340, 330, and even on the 380, if you have a dual hydraulic or have an emergency electrical problem, you cannot use the autopilot. So one of the two pilots is very focused just on flying the aircraft and keeping it in the air. And on the 350, you also, of course, are focused how the autopilot is managing the aircraft, but there's a lot more interaction between two pilots during the abnormal handling, because both pilots have the capability to have a look at the ACAM, which is the display where which shows you what you have to do during an abnormal. And there's a big step ahead in the 350, that even if you have a lot of malfunctions, the autopilot is working. It's really a big step ahead, I think.
Funny fact for you now, guys, our cabin pressure is now, or actually the cabin altitude is now 5,300 feet. In comparison to a 340-600 or a 330, we're actually 1,500 feet lower than normal. So that's 500 meters, and you can really feel the difference.
Yes.
I also have to say, I don't know how you feel, but when I fly those long routes, Hong Kong, Haneda, I arrive more rested.
Yes, definitely. There's more humidity in the aircraft.
Yeah, it's true. I'm really not as tired.
Yes.
It's really amazing. it's just a number here, but you can really feel it.
I think some newspaper, I don't remember which one it was, called it it's the wellness aircraft.
The wellness,
because you feel so well when you leave it.
Yeah, but it's true.
Yes,
it's
so.
Quieter,
it's the way it is. Yes.
It's quieter, it's more humid, the cabin oxygen is lower. It's really, really...
That's because the carbon fiber is so stiff that you don't need so much structure.
Yep.
And it's lighter and it's more stiff than a conventional aircraft. So where are we right now? Where are we? Past St. Petersburg?
Yep. And from now on it's Russia.
Yes. I checked the weather of the airport. So Moscow, which is south of us, is pretty fine, and we also have straight ahead is called Syktyvkar. So the weather there was fine too. So in the case of anything, any problems, we have any options right now to go. Best place would be St. Petersburg, I guess, or maybe Helsinki here for the moment.
I'm tired already.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, it's time to go to bed. We'll have some sunset soon, and then yeah. Well, I have the second break. Matthias, he has some time to spend in the flight deck.
I'm a really poor bastard.
Yes.
Another 2 hours until my break starts. 2 hours, Andy.
But I promised him if we make another AirClips video, he'll be the pilot flying and get the landing.
Yeah.
So now I've got the luck to be the guy landing the LDA Whiskey approach at Tokyo, which is a quite interesting approach.
I guess I have to talk to the CEO of AirClips.
Yeah.
Maybe we have to fly to Cape Town and stuff.
Maybe, yeah.
That could be a good project. I hope he likes it.
Project because this is a beautiful, especially the departure is beautiful.
Yeah.
When you fly to the south and made a right turn towards the west, crossing Table Mountain, Robben Island, it's a beautiful departure.
This was a wake-up call for us, everybody. No, just joking. So I had the first break today. That means that on a flight like that, we are 3 pilots, and each has about a break of 3 to 4 hours. Because the flight time is quite short today, it was a short break of 3 hours only. Yes. Well, how did I become a pilot? It's quite easy. It was a coincidence. My mother just read an application in the newspapers that Lufthansa was looking for pilots, and I was studying mechanical engineering at this time, and that was quite a hard job to me, a lot of work. So I thought, well, it might be a good idea to do something with a little less work, a little more fun. I was not a pilot from the beginning of my life, dreaming of it. To be honest, I was not. Well, so I applied and it worked out. I started in the late 80s at a pilot school. Yes, I'm quite old guy. And came to Lufthansa after the pilot school at 89. So, yes, you're right, 29 years right now. It's a long time. I started on a 737 as a co-pilot, 2 years. Changed to the Airbus 310, who was a great airplane at these times, quite modern airplane. Stayed there for only 7 years, and then had the upgrade to become a captain. I was quite young at this time, 32, and I was quite lucky. Everybody, he looks at me and he says, "Oh, what?" Well, that's the way it is. Yes. You never have the influence on that is quite little that you have.
No, it's between 10 and 20 years, depending on the economic situation.
Yes, and I was just in the perfect situation. Everybody was, everything was growing and expanding.
Yes.
So, well, I became a captain and started with Condor Berlin, which is a charter airline. Had a lot of fun flying to small airports, island airports, many manual flight approaches, visual approaches, so that was a good time learning how to fly an aircraft. After 4 years I came back to Lufthansa, back to the mother, and I stayed there for another 4 years on a 320 in Munich and had the opportunity to change to the A340 when I just became 41. Okay, I thought, is it already a good time to do it? Because I knew that this will be my last airplane in my career, so at least 14, maybe 19 years flying on a long distance flight. So, but it was a good decision to do. And after 3 or 4 years, no, actually after 2 years, I was convinced to apply as a check pilot. I applied for it. Everything worked out quite well. I became a trainer, check pilot on the A340. And 2 years later, I was asked again to take some challenge. Actually, challenge. And I became a fleet captain. So I was responsible for about 150 pilots. Fleet captain is kind of, it's the assistant head of fleet. And 2 years later, I got a new additional job on the fleet captain, which is a technical pilot. Technical pilot 330, 340. And that was the reason why, with the entry into service of the 350, I became a technical pilot of 350 as well. And that was the best job you can get on an airline.
Oh,
sounds good, looks good. Yeah. So this is the mini schnitzel.
This and some fruits.
I think I'll go just for some fruits.
Me too. Just some fruit. Thank you. Remember, we have the next 350 acceptance flight, and we also have 330 and 340, 600 acceptance.
Yeah, and I did most of the acceptance flights for the 350. Acceptance flight is the same thing as if you are going to buy your car, you just do an acceptance
test drive.
Right. Yes. Yeah, you do a test ride and say yes or no. The same thing with us. So if the aircraft is not behaving like it should, we say, well, not this time. Fix that, and we'll be back in 1 week. Let's see if everything works out. And on these flights we do some flight control checks as well, and well, we do have the fun. I found the mixture I was looking for. It's do something in the office. I have 1 or 2 flights a month. Do some training or checking in the simulator. It gives me a perfect combination of the stuff.
Hello, my name is Tanja. I'm the P2 on this flight, which means at Lufthansa that I'm responsible for the whole crew and also the passengers on board. And my main task is to lead a team, to build a team within a very, very short time. Most of the colleagues I have never seen before. We meet in Munich we do a so-called briefing, and then we have 10 to 15 minutes to build a crew, to build a team. I have to point out what is very important for this flight and what is very important to myself, which mostly is make the passengers happy, make a very good impression, and also have fun at work. So then we go on board, and we have a lot of duties before takeoff which no passenger will ever see, and which is very good, because this is the time when we are really, really stressed. So it's always time critical, and there's so many things to check. The ground staff is coming, asking us questions, and the gate is coming, they want to start the boarding. We start the boarding, then when finally all passengers are here on board and the doors are closed, then we can breathe, take a deep breath, and take off, and we have the departure. But this is, I would say, the most stressful time for us of the flight. I have been working for Lufthansa now for 20 years, which is a very, very long time, but to me it seems like 2 years, to be honest. I still love my job. I love it very much, and every time I go to work I'm quite happy and excited, because every flight is different colleagues, different passengers, different destinations. Despite you always have a favorite destination where you try to fly to very often, which for me is Tokyo today. I like the culture, I like the Japanese people very much, I like the language, the food. So for me, yeah, I still have to say I've never regretted to become a flight attendant. I joined in the year 1997. I used to work in a bank before, which is quite boring in comparison to this job, I have to say. And I started as a very young flight attendant in Munich, and it was for me very clear after a few months I want to become the leading flight attendant. I want to pass on my spirit to my crew and have a great influence on the passengers' well-being on the flight. So in general, I would say if I'm in a good mood and I manage to pass it on to my crew, the passengers will be very happy on the flight, because they can feel it if the spirit is good. Yeah, and so I managed after 2 years already to become chief flight attendant on the short distance flight, and then another 2 years going on. I already applied for the P2 position, which I'm in now, and finally in the year 2007 I became P2, which made me super happy.
The engine, perfect engine. Very, very little fuel flow. It's only 2,700 at the moment per engine. It makes a fuel flow of less than 6 tons per hour. How does it work? The easiest explanation, or the major reason, is the fact that this is a composite aircraft. So if you want to know the major differences between legacy aircrafts and this brand new A350, I just give you some examples. First of all, if you see my arm, I can't reach the window. If I sit on a 340, the window is already right here. So it's, for pilots, is the most comfortable aircraft you can imagine. Then you have these great monitors in front of you. Well, I'm 50 plus, and on a 340 I still have to switch from reading glasses to not reading glasses, and it's really a mess, I can tell you. On this aircraft everything is so big and so easy to see. Everything is perfectly arranged. Now you see this really huge map. On a legacy aircraft there's a small monitor on the left side with much smaller indications. Here you can switch to another system. This is our communication to the ground via the set phone or via the AOCs. Yes. Over here is our major instrument. This is quite comparable to the legacy aircraft, but as you can see here, there's a vertical profile. This is brand new, so this is the lateral profile you have in the old aircraft, and this is new. So if we have a weather radar image, you can see the two-dimensional image in here and the third dimension in here. So this is compared to old aircrafts, new that you have a three-dimensional picture of thunderstorm in front of you, which is quite essential, that you can see if you are on top of it, if you are in the middle of it, or if you have to circumfly it, because there's no way that you can overfly it. So it's a big advantage. This is quite similar to the legacy aircraft. You can switch the systems like that. What is quite brand new, first invented on the A380, is the trackball. We call it KCCU, which is
cursor control unit.
All these new abbreviations.
Keyboard and cursor control unit, yes.
Yeah, keyboard, cursor control unit, and well, it's you can take both for navigating on these displays. You have, on the one hand, like see, you have the mouse on the pad, and like on a computer, or you can take the KCCU. I just switched the same thing, taking the trackball and moving around like that. Yes, we can switch over there. Like, see, I'm right here in the middle display. I can switch even to that display. I can get some information about this point. I can even navigate to this point by clicking this feature. So a lot of features new, and that makes it a little bit, let's say, complicated to those coming from the legacy aircraft. So what we always emphasize it, take the commonality. Airbus built this aircraft with lots of commonalities to fly, to give the pilots a chance to fly a 330 and a 350 with a common type rating, which is a huge commercial benefit for the airlines, having one pilot pool for two aircrafts.
Yeah, we only need 4 simulator missions to train a 330 pilot and a 350. So it's about half a month's training.
Yeah.
In the simulator and theoretical training, and then you go to the so-called line training, where you do some flights with a check pilot, like Oli is in the real line flying. And yes, after, let's say, 6 to 8 weeks, everything is done and you can fly both aircraft.
And I can tell you, Airbus engineers did a great job doing this behavior completely similar to the 330. So if you have a 330 pilot, first time sitting in this aircraft, and you tell him just, you're flying a traffic pattern at this airport, landing this aircraft, he will do it. And he will just have to, no introduction at all. He has his seat, he has his side stick, he has the thrust levers, that's all he needs. Then, if you tell him, fly from A to B, this is another story, because then you go into the interface, and there are some differences.
Yes.
So, this is another story, but just flying it, taking it into menu flying, it's the same story.
Yeah, concerning flying, it's like a 330, and concerning the interface, it's more like a 380.
Yes,
that's it. Yeah, we even have the checklists down here, though we now have no checklists, paper checklists in this book, which we have on a conventional aircraft. We have the checklists electronically. So, for example, this will be the landing checklist. We will do it at Tokyo Haneda, so you read it and click it, and even some points are sensed by the aircraft. So if you switch on the seatbelt signs, if you have down the landing gear, it turns green and says, okay, you did it. So the checklists are completely electrical at this aircraft. And another specialty, normally this quick reference handbook is there's some performance information, operation information, but also some abnormal information. And as you can see, it's very thin compared to a conventional aircraft. The reason is that most of the abnormal behaviors you can manage via you can push it.
For example, if we are encountering severe turbulence, there's the pilot flying commands, check abnormal not sensed.
Yes.
Severe turbulence. So we switch on this abnormal not sensed page. We go through there until the abnormal not sensed procedure
should be there. Yeah,
severe turbulence in cruise.
And then you ask me,
and we activate it,
and I say yes
or no. We can do it because it's a procedure we can activate.
And I command activate, and if he activates it, we will see what to do if we would have a severe turbulence. So switch on the seatbelt signs, fly not faster than 300 knots or Mach 0.85. minimum green dot, which is the minimum clean speed we have here. Adjust for comfort, and then even we shall keep the autopilot on, because the autopilot is so reliant, and it's good to keep on the autopilot if we have a severe turbulence situation.
But to be honest, if we are encountering severe turbulence, the most difficult thing is to read this stuff.
Yes.
So it's good to have in mind which are the correct speeds and what to do.
Yeah.
Because severe turbulence is something you cannot imagine if you didn't have it in real life before.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. So that's the way we would handle any abnormal situation or technical malfunction, which is not sensed by the aircraft. That's why it's called abnormal, not sensed.
And as we do not encounter severe turbulence, I deactivate it again, and everything is back to normal.
Morning. Can I get your orange juice?
We are in one of the business class galleys. This is an Airbus 350, a very modern aircraft which has 2 galleys. This is how we call our kitchen for the business class. And on a flight to Tokyo we have the first meal, which is going to be a dinner. We already finished it. And the second meal is going to be a breakfast, because by the time we land in Tokyo it's going to be 10 o'clock in the morning in Japan. So people expect us to serve them breakfast. Everything is very tight here, as you might notice, so it's very shallow here. You have to be careful, and when we do our service we are 3 to 4 people here, so it's quite crowded. If you want to have a look, I show you, for example, this is how we stow our trolleys. This is what we're going to serve for the second meal for breakfast. This, for example, is going to be Japanese breakfast. This is only the cold dishes. The warm dishes are already in the ovens, which have to be heated up. This is for the Western breakfast. This is where we heat up our rolls, croissants, our hot meals for later on. We also have hot soups. Depending on the destination we are flying to, we serve different components. That means sometimes we have a soup, we have extra rice packs. It's a lot of preparation, a lot of things the flight attendants have to know, and a lot of small, very little containers. As soon as we start our service, we're going to prepare the beverage trolleys here, and in business class we serve by hand. We serve hot drinks, cold drinks, whatever passengers like. We have an espresso maker. My colleague is just preparing a fresh coffee. Over here we have a coffee maker for the tea, the hot water boiler, and we also have an espresso machine in business class, of course.
Alright guys, yeah, we started the descent. Meanwhile we talked about a safe altitude, which is over the island of Japan. It's 10,000 feet, and approaching the star via stone we are safe to 5,000 and 3,000 later on the MSA east of Tokyo Haneda. Ready for briefing, Matthias?
Sir. Or still sleepy?
Sleepy.
No, not sleepy.
So all crews. Yeah, we are still in the 350-900 X-Ray India.
Didn't change the aircraft.
No, we didn't change the aircraft, and technically everything is still fine. We checked some NOTAMs at Haneda, which concerns some taxiways, but it's not in our area, so it shouldn't be no matter for us. So, concerning fuel, we still expect an extra of 5 tons, which is 1 hour of extra fuel at Tokyo. The weather is pretty fine. We have 2 runways with the LDA approach, so it also would be a good plan B for the first moment. Then on the other hand, we would have Narita, which has the longer runway, so we could think about going to Narita maybe when we arrive at 8 tons of fuel. But right now everything is fine in Tokyo. We are expecting an LDA approach of runway 23, which is a little special, via the datum arrival.
So the arrival starts at waypoint Stone, 11,000 feet and 250 knots. Next waypoint is Tread, above 8,000 feet. Next waypoint is Denny, and then we go on a right turn to the LDA. At Dayton, 4,500 feet, Dario, 4,500 feet, Disco, 4,500 feet, 210 knots, and then we have the waypoints Dannon, Dini and Dembo at 4,000 feet. At Dembo we will have a 277 localizer and a 3-degree flight path angle, so we'll fly it managed selected in locked flight path angle mode. We will initially descend 3 degrees down to 1,000 feet, and then we don't have a 3-degree descent profile, so we need to do a little level off and then intercept visually a left turn towards runway 23.
Yes.
Quite important is the mist approach. It's important that we're not going to overshoot to the west. So at 420 feet, or the mist approach point, we will turn left, intercept the course of 177 to Uraga and into Utibo, and we will climb 4,500 feet. Concerning landing performance, we calculated for runway 23. The runway has a length of 2,500 meters, which isn't too long. Nevertheless, we have a weight of 192 tons calculated with the headwind and 5 knots V-pilot. We have a margin of about 1,000 meters. So touchdown and touchdown zone is fine. We take full reverse and we will vacate the runway to the right.
Okay.
Planned exit is Delta 3. We selected it at BTV. And we talked about the taxi that we expect via taxi route 5, which will be Sierra Romeo and Alpha initially.
Yes.
Any questions?
No.
Nope.
Finally, we will end up in Papa 4 and 106 as a parking position.
Yes. All right. So I'll do announcements. Switch on the seatbelt signs. You have control.
I have control. Seatbelts on?
Seatbelts on.
It's doing an announcement.
Your senior first officer, ladies and gentlemen, we almost made our flight to Tokyo. Remaining flight time now approximately 35 minutes. That means we will land there at 10 a.m. local time, which is well ahead of our planned schedule. The weather in Tokyo right now, a temperature of 31 degrees centigrade, and the same cloud station you can see us out. We have some few clouds at Tokyo. I hope you felt well on board and enjoy the service, and I'd like to wish you a nice remaining day at Tokyo, or maybe a safe and pleasant onward journey. Thanks for flying with us, and see you next time.
Speed, vertical speed, flight level 280.
Ja, dann bin ich wieder bei dir.
You have control.
Have control. All cruise blue, yes.
I'm looking forward to sushi tonight.
Yeah. First I'm looking forward to have some sleep, and then I'm looking forward to the sushi. Yeah.
Maybe I first have some sushi and then go to sleep.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Lufthansa 714, contact Tokyo Control, 124, decimal 1.
Lufthansa 714, contact 1241, goodbye. 2000.
Yep, check.
Tokyo Control, good morning Lufthansa 714, descending flight level 280, passing level 295.
Good morning Lufthansa 714, Tokyo Control, descend please for level 250 by Rinoa.
Lufthansa 714, continue descent flight level 250 to be level Rinoa.
Rinoa 7 minutes, so no problem. Flight level 250. Yes. There might be some weather at Haneda. See, there's some small green echoes.
beautiful landscape down there.
Yeah. All crew star.
All crew star. So what we expect today is a nice non-precision approach from Andreas.
Yes.
And a special one because the initial landing direction will not be the final. The final turn will be on a short final actually.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why he's nervous.
We're very nervous.
Expect some turbulence maybe on final.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking, he's not nervous.
They'll get it managed. But no pressure on me.
No pressure. No pressure. Well, what I see, what you can't see, is a beautiful blue lake down there. Looks like a crater lake.
Yeah. No, I just see a river there. And there's already the east coast.
It's not a wide country, it's just a small and very long
country. Yeah.
It's like Austria.
Yeah.
Very narrow and long.
And mountains.
And mountains.
I think it's a little bit longer here than Austria. That's true. I think Tokyo alone has more inhabitants than Austria in total.
Double.
Double.
That means we're exclusive, you know?
Yes.
Not so many of us.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Lufthansa 714, contact Tokyo Control 128.2.
128.2, Lufthansa 714, goodbye.
Bye.
Tokyo Control, good morning, Lufthansa 714, maintaining flight level 250.
Good morning, Lufthansa 714, Tokyo Control, require direct Daigo, descend running level 210.
Lufthansa 714, present position direct Daigo, descent flight level 210.
Thrust idle, open descent, all blue, flight level 210.
If you come across an Austrian, you should let him do the landing. Very exclusive.
Yeah. You'll get the next one. You did the landing in Cape Town, don't forget. On our last flight together.
Oh, that's so long ago.
Yeah, it's long ago.
It's not even true anymore.
Beautiful approach at Cape Town. And I had to sit in the back.
It was an interesting flight. It was a 340, remember?
Yes. 340-600. And back it was a 340-300 netted. Yeah.
I don't think we'll need NTS.
No.
Too shallow.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Lufthansa 714, here via daytime arrival, descent to reach 1000 by Stone, unit 29997.
Lufthansa 714, descending 1000, 29997, daytime arrival via Stone.
Lufthansa 714, found cross Stone at 1000.
Lufthansa 714, cross Stone 1000.
Alright, 1000 and altimeters.
2997, 22,600.
2997, 22,600.
You see these waypoints? You think it's a coincidence? Stone, Dreadstone?
No. Intentionally, yeah.
Pardon?
Yeah, Dreadstone. And the other one is Danny Datum Dario. Yeah.
What was the movie? Dreadstone.
I don't know. It's more your generation than mine.
No. It's great.
Born Identity.
Exactly.
Jason Bourne. And the program was called Dreadstone.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Do you think the director is a pilot and he saw Dreadstone in Tokyo and he named the project after the approach? Good theory.
You see, after a long night, pilots are talking nonsense.
So India Tango Lima is identified, but later on we have to switch off the LS for the log FPA approach.
Lufthansa 714, contact Tokyo approach 119 is 104.
1194 for Lufthansa 714, goodbye. No, we don't.
We leave it on for the ILS frequency, yeah.
Tokyo Control, good morning, Lufthansa 714. Descending 1000, passing 16,400.
Lufthansa 714, Tokyo approach, good morning. You are landing runway 23. Expect LDA Whiskey runway 23 approach. QNH 29997.
Lufthansa 714, QNH 29997, expecting LDA Whiskey runway 23.
Lufthansa 714, declare direct to Delhi.
Lufthansa 714, direct to Delhi. Nice shortcut.
Yep.
The visibility is really good.
Yeah.
Such a clear sky.
Well, at these weather conditions, everybody can fly this approach.
Yeah, no problem. I did it before. So, speed, varying speed. Approach phase is activated.
Lot of golf courses down there.
Yeah.
Lufthansa 714, descend at position, maintain 6000.
Lufthansa 714, descending 6,000 feet.
Thrust idle, open descent, all blue 6000.
There is downtown.
Yeah. Exactly. We switch on the landing lights. Yeah, thanks. So ILS identified. Hotel My Gecko on VR1 is also identified.
Yes.
So far everything is done.
Now reach us over the 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
2000.
Lufthansa 714, declare direct to data, maintain 6000.
Lufthansa 714, direct datum, maintaining 6,000. Okay, for landing, I suppose full reverse and let the BTV work.
Yes, definitely.
Lufthansa 714, descent reach 4500 by datum. Transfer radio whiskey, runway 23 approach.
Lufthansa 714, descending 4,500 by datum, and we are cleared for LDA Whiskey 23 approach.
Alright, so at datum I'll insert the 3000 and we can descend managed.
This should be Makuhari over there.
Yeah, that was where Crew Hotel used to be, exactly.
Yeah, I see the stadium, Chibalote.
Yeah. Alright, at Disco we're supposed to have speed 210. Start reduce now. The descent will be at 14.3 ILS or localize the DME.
India Tango Lima identified.
some traffic for the Whiskey 22.
Okay.
It's above us.
Looks like 787.
So again, important is if we do a missed approach, we have to do a left turn.
Yeah.
To the south. So there is this curve, and now we can go down to 4,000. So ready speed, all blue, 4,000. All-star.
Yes.
Descent starts in about 6 miles. And we are clear for the approach, yeah. The localizer is coming, so I can lock blue, lock star. Speed is managed, and we can go on track flight plus angle.
Okay.
Lufthansa 714, contact Tokyo Tower 124, decimal 35.
12435, Lufthansa 714, goodbye. Tokyo Tower, good morning, Lufthansa 714 on LDA Whiskey 23.
Lufthansa 714 Tower, runway 23, continue approach, wind 210 at 13, indicate your parking number.
Lufthansa 713, a parking stand is 106.
Yep.
Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1. And Lufthansa 714, confirm QNH?
QNH 2996.
Lufthansa 714, 2996, thank you.
2996, yeah. So 15 mile, we will go down at 14.6. Insert the 3 degrees. Flaps 2.
Speed checked. Flaps 2.
14.6. Flight path angle. Next check altitude will be 30 miles with 3590. 30 miles, 3590 is fine. 12 miles, 3270.
I can see the airport.
Yeah, me too. 12 miles, 3270 is fine. Gear down.
Runway 16 left, cleared for takeoff, only point 247 Charlie 10.
Yes, guys, please contact the departure.
Alright, departure, please gray.
Gray.
It's fine. Flaps 3, speed check. Flaps 3. Flaps full. Speed check. Flaps full. So 10 miles to 630. Yeah, we're in the slot. Landing checklist. Landing, auto brake, BTV. Runway condition, tri-set, ECA memo. Down there landing, no blue. We have to wait for the memo here.
Secretary, Japan Air 257, wind 0, we are ready.
Japan Air 257 Tower, runway 16 left at 3011, line up runway, clear departure after arrival, runway 23.
So I fly directly straight ahead and then we'll do the
Japan Air 257, line up on the way to runway 16 left at 3011.
Okay, field inside. Yep. We continue straight ahead, then we do a shallow turn. That's the way the approach has to be flown. Touchdown, yes.
Lufthansa 714, runway 23, clear ground, wind 210 at 14.
Lufthansa 714, clear to land 23.
21014. Yeah, wind looks good. Direction is correct. Waiting. We'll decrease by 10, so I think we can go down slowly. Again, speed the slots.
Above.
Flight director off.
Minimum.
Continue.
1000.
Runway track. Yep. Let's check 1000. So yeah, good on glide slope. Yep.
Slightly low. Yep. Shallow descent. 300. Retard. 5.
Japan Air 257, wind 200 at 18, runway 16 left, clear for takeoff.
Japan Air 257, clear for takeoff, runway 16 left.
Delta 5, yep, the next one is Delta 3.
Lufthansa 714, turn right, Delta 5, taxi via Romeo.
Lufthansa 714, we can't make Delta 5, we'll take Delta 3.
Lufthansa 714, radar, turn right, Delta 3, taxi by Sierra 3, Sierra Romeo.
Delta 3, Sierra 3, Sierra Romeo, Lufthansa 714.
I have control, Delta 3.
Onipon 403, runway 16 left at 3010, line up and wait.
Runway 16 left, 3010, lining up and wait, Onipon 406.
Segment to the right.
Right, segment to the right.
It's a nice sightseeing tour here.
Definitely.
Yeah. Right side?
Right side is clear. Text camera?
Yes, please.
Japan Air 257, contact departure.
Future departure, Japan Air 257.
Nice approach.
Onipon 403, wind 200 at 18, runway 16 left, clear for takeoff.
Thank you.
Runway 16 left, clear for takeoff, Onipon 403.
Keep that for the hotel. No, it's forbidden.
Come on, get the towel for his face.
Yeah. So, Romeo is the next to the left. That's the way we briefed. Then we need to change the taxi chart. Yeah, very nice approach. It's so fun to fly it, Matthias. Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Tokyo Tower, Japan Air 143 on kilo already. Japan Air 143, Tokyo Tower, runway 16 left, line up and wait.
Japan Air 143, runway 16 left, line up and wait.
Onipon 59 ready.
Onipon 59 Tokyo Tower, hold short of runway 16 left.
Hold short 16 left, Onipon 59.
Onipon 403, contact departure.
Contact departure, Onipon 403.
Bridge.
Yep.
Yes. With a the downslope.
There's the fuel for our flight home. Probably it's delivered by ships. You see all the oil tanks? Yeah. So Lufthansa 714, we are approaching Alpha.
Lufthansa 714, contact ground 118 decimal 22.
714 118 to do. Bye bye. Sayonara.
Sayonara.
Only 662 Tokyo ground, taxi via Echo Zulu.
Taxi by Echo Zulu, 2 spot only 662. Tokyo ground, good morning Lufthansa 714 heavy on Romeo.
Good morning Lufthansa 714 Tokyo ground, taxi via Romeo, left on Golf.
714 taxi via Romeo, left on Golf. So it's straight ahead, yes, and Golf is then after the apron to the left. Already airborne.
0.69, runway 16, Lima 10, line up runway.
Runway 16 straight up to Lima 10, line up runway 0.69.
Lufthansa 714, close, runway 16, Alpha 2, contact down 121, decimal 62.
Lufthansa 714, cross 16 right Alpha 2, ground 12162, sayonara.
Sayonara, New Sky AA, contact down 11, decimal 22.
Wawa H2, New Sky AA,
lining up.
Okay. 0.19, I'll contact.
Crossing is approved?
Yes, crossing is approved. Runway is fine.
Left side is clear.
Yeah, right side is clear too. Tokyo ground, konnichiwa, Lufthansa 714 heavy, crossing 16 right.
Lufthansa 714 Tokyo ground, taxi via Papa 2, Papa, hold short of Papa 4.
714 via Papa 2, Papa holding short, Papa 4. Second one to the right. Pushing back, so. That makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's vacating our position.
Yeah, correct. Perfect timing.
It's a good idea to give him
pushback.
Lufthansa 714 taxi to spot.
714 taxi to spot. Thank you, sayonara.
Sayonara.
Tokyo ground, Nippon 110, request pushback spot 108, information Delta.
And it says 350-900.
Yes,
you can read that? Yeah.
I can.
Very good, very good, yeah.
I have problems with that distance,
okay,
not with that one.
Yeah. The AP is running.
Okay. Thumbs up from all parties.
Yes.
Nippon 855, request taxi.
Nippon 8055, runway 16 right, taxi via Papa 6, Papa, hold short of Mike.
Taxi via Papa 6, Papa, hold short, Mike, runway 16 right on Nippon 855.
Cabin crew, all doors in park.
AP is running.
Okay. Waiting for 2 slides. There you go.
Hello, good morning. Cockpit.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, sir. Welcome to Tokyo. Chunks in position.
Thank you very much. Aircraft is fine. Perfect. Parking checklist.
Parking brake off. Parking checklist complete.
That was easy.
Nicely done.
So now we earned the beer and sushi.